This goes out to Dean Strang. Let me read you something. Hang on a second. Dean Strang. Reference making a murderer the morning after. Alright? Anyway. Mr. Boyd, you were warned quite clearly now 6 years ago not to send emails to this firm or its employees and not to call the telephone number. You again are following both requests. We will respond appropriately. Dean A. Strang. And this was sent at 3:50 p.m. 4 November 2022. There it is, folks. Read it for yourself. Yeah. 6 years before I got this notice, I contacted Dean Strang, told him there was more than one RAV4. I contacted him again and again, and I got no responses. He called me once, though, and he said that was a really good idea for a mock trial. But when he figured out what the hell he was going to do, which is introduce 2 RAV4s or more, that's my response. Is I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about exculpatory information that gets my client out of prison. He doesn't want to hear. See that? This is 760 Mystic Teal Mica. This is 8 what? Confetti. 8 something. Gee, what is it? 8N4? Something like that. Anyway, point being is, this is confetti blue. This is Mystic Teal Mica blue. This is 202 black. This is 6P3 deep jewel green. You got 4 color codes in 2 pictures, and this is the one that Pam was supposed to have taken on Avery Auto Salvage Yard, and this is the one taken in Wisconsin State Crime Lab. Did this vehicle end up in the crime lab? Fuck no. The photos that Pam took, she didn't take. She couldn't have taken. This photo was on the camera when Ryan gave it to her. Okay? Or Earl gave it to her. It's Earl or Ryan. One of those two gave her the camera with this picture on it before she walked in the Avery Auto Salvage Yard, period. That's it. Okay? Now, Teresa drove a 6P3 deep jewel green. Why is there a 6P3 deep jewel green door handle in a 760 Mystic Teal Mica door? Because it's a message. It's a message. It's saying, hey folks, guess what? This is a sabotage of the framing of Stephen Avery. And when Dean figured out that there was a sabotage of the framing of Stephen Avery, he doesn't want to hear it. I got Kathleen T. Zoner. She abandoned her office so that the post office and her entire staff, so that the post office couldn't deliver a certified package containing all of the photographs in evidence compared with other photographs in evidence showing that there's 2 different RAV4s. Stephen has a copy of it all. He knows there's 2 RAV4s. Okay? But that's what I got from Dean. What this means is that when Dean and Dean Strang and Jerome Buting went in there with one idea in mind: get their client convicted. That's right. They're working with Crass and the prosecution. Why and how do I know this? It is because there's always been, since day one, a discrepancy in the color of the vehicle. Jerome Buting went in there and purposely destroyed that to get the judge to say there's one vehicle and one vehicle only. When there isn't. When there isn't. There's not one vehicle only. There's more than one vehicle, and that's all you need to get Stephen Avery out. That proves that this thing was known and pre-planned and not spontaneous Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey doing bullshit. Okay? The Teresa, the vehicle that Mike Halbach picked out for his sister's vehicle to give to Jerry Pagel, to give to WB2 News and broadcast it on the 3rd of November of 2005 and the 4th of November of 2005 was this color right here, 6B3 Deep Jewel Green. Later, when Pam arrives, she knows that these photographs are on that camera because she chose not to take any pictures. She's in on it. But then, she was expecting a 6B3 Deep Jewel Green. She was expecting Teresa's vehicle, but she wasn't. What it was is it was a 760 Mystic Teal Mica, and she goes, what the fuck? This thing is blue. It's more blue than green. That's not what I expected. Because she had a photo, that photo of a 6B3 Deep Jewel Green on Teresa's colored missing persons photo. Okay, the flyer they gave out. Notice that when they figured out, oh shit, that they all went black and white. Teresa's missing, black and white. Teresa's missing, black and white. All you can see is Teresa's missing, black and white, when it was actually colored to begin with. Yeah. There was never, ever any explanation why Teresa's missing person photo or poster was dated on the 3rd. Okay? Yeah. There's no. And then Mike Halbach says, hey, the 4th. Nah. Teresa was reported missing on the 3rd. How can they already have her poster on the 3rd when Mike Tess says that they got, what's his name, from Yes, anyway, Bauer or something like that. And they made the poster up the day before. Okay? Yeah. Why does the poster say the 2nd instead of 3rd? Okay. So anyway, and it's proven that he lied. Mike Halbach lied. So when they show a 760 Mystic Teal Mica in court, guess what? The Halbach family didn't say, hey, wait a minute, Teresa drove a dark green RAV4. They didn't say anything. They just let it go through. They got conviction, everything else like that, all full well knowing that the vehicle that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey was not the vehicle Teresa drove. Cheryl Cohane. She's in there dabbing with a fucking swab. You can see a little round spot where she pressed too deep. And she's putting Stephen Avery's blood on the dash of a vehicle that Teresa never drove. She may have owned it on paper, but she never drove it. She drove a 6B3 Deep Jewel Green. Now, Samuel Henry 582, coming back to 3044, with a 760 Mystic Teal Mica, is a vehicle that is in the system that Teresa owns, with Samuel Henry 582, when if she carried it plates over, why would it be in that when she was driving a 6B3 Deep Joe Green? See? Yeah. No, this isn't working out. Dean Strang knew and still knows to this day that there's more than one rapport, but he refuses. The YouTubers refuse it, the networks refuse it, everybody refuses it. I sent all this up to all the news agencies, and they all reject it. Everybody rejects it. A very small handful of people know the truth. Very small handful of people know the truth. But what can you do? This is proof of life. And the reason why it's proof of life is because there's a couple of ways this can go. One, that was definitely planted there, and that's not the vehicle that Teresa, this isn't the vehicle that Teresa drove. That's not the vehicle that Teresa drove, okay? 8 kilo 4 confetti blue. That's 8 kilo 4 confetti blue. This is 760 Mystic Teal Mica. Teresa drove a 6P3 Deep Jewel Green. Okay? And because this is a K, that black handle is supposed to be there. But in this 760 Mystic Teal Mica, this is not supposed to be green, this is supposed to be blue. It's supposed to be the same color as the car. It's not. And it's in evidence. And it's still in evidence. Yes. Kathleen T. Zoner wants nothing to do with 2 rep boards. Wants nothing to do with the 6B. Kathleen T. Zoner will say out of her mouth, dark green. I heard her on Making a Murderer, dark green. But yet, she puts a billboard up, $100,000 for a blue RAV4. So even Zoner says green, blue, green, blue. And it's all right there. In Making a Murderer, you got a 6B3 Deep Joe Green Toyota RAV4. And you have a 760 Mystic Teal Mica, front and back. You have a K95, right and left side. All these colors and all these parts have numbers. They're in the catalog. But does Dean and Jerome Buting reference the catalog? You hear not one color code in Stephen's entire case. They won't do it. Because if you use color codes and you identify the actual color by code, then they can't say, well, 760 Mystic Teal Mica somehow looks 6B3 Deep Jewel Green. Or Teresa's 760 Mystic Teal Mica, the one that she owns, is in between green and blue. But when the cops called in, it doesn't say blue. It says turquoise. You see, it's not a blue, it's not a green, it's a turquoise. Well, they use that turquoise to say, well, you jump from 6B3 Deep Jewel Green to 760 Mystic Teal Mica. No problem, it's the same fucking vehicle. It's not the same vehicle. That right there, is the only piece of Teresa Mihalbach's original vehicle, the one that she drove. Well, if she drove it, where's her license plate? Sam William Henry 582. Where's her license plate? Was her license plate on the green one? Okay, sure. But why is it listed to a blue? Why is it listed to 760 Mystic Teal Mica? It shouldn't do that. So those plates are on a vehicle with a bin that's not to that vehicle. That bin is for a 760 Mystic Teal Mica, and it should never be on the dash of a 6B3 Deep Jewel Green, but yet it is. If she's ever pulled over and they run the bin, it'll be hers. But that's a bin swap. Bin swap. What the fuck does lawyers know about bin swapping? You know? What do they know about color codes? And they never used them. So I suggested to Dean Strang, and I emailed him a shitload of times. I got a whole catalog of all the stuff I sent to him. There's no 6 feet 3 deep Joe Green. I sent it to him. He doesn't want to hear it. He even said that he'll take action against me. I fucking emailed his ass even more after that. Come on, bitch. I even called up on the phone. I called up on the phone just the other day. Still nothing. Come on, Dean, do something. You said you'll take appropriate fucking actions. Respond appropriately. Well, what the fuck are you going to do, Dean? There's no respond appropriately because you will not respond appropriately. You won't sue me. You won't send a letter. Mum's the fucking word. I've got you by the fucking balls, dude. And you won't do shit. The reason why you won't do shit is because my stuff will go into a court of law. And you'll have to argue it. Okay? And Dean don't want that. So I just email his ass all the fucking time, and he doesn't do shit. I call him up all the fucking time. He doesn't do shit. Because he knows. Gloria Allred. Boy, you're going to have fun with Dean. What would Gloria Allred do with this letter right here? Gloria, yeah, they're in cahoots. They were all in cahoots. And Kathleen T. Zellner is in cahoots with the state to keep Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey in fucking prison by arguing bullshit. See, once they got into it, and they did it, and then 10 years later, Netflix came out, and all this shit came out, that they railroaded him. Even his own lawyers railroaded his ass. Zellner's still railroading his ass. Okay? That's corrupt through and through and through. Right there. Email. You can't get around it. Dean was stupid enough to put this in fucking writing. Stephen Avery's going to sue your ass so fucking bad, and there's no way he cannot win. He will win everything he even looks at and says, sue that, win, sue that, win, sue that, win. He will win every fucking lawsuit he puts out there. Why? Because he has the truth. Even Stephen Avery knows this, but he's in prison and he's under the control of Zellner. And Zellner tells Stephen what they're fucking going to do. Dean and Jerome told Stephen what they're going to do. They just walked his ass right into it. So Steve, he deserves a refund, number one. And that's it, folks. That's it. There's 2 different vehicles, 2 different door handles. One door handle is one that she drove. Now, how much DNA is in that door handle? Let's see. Mike Hallbach's DNA and fingerprints are in this door handle. Teresa's sisters, Teresa's other brother, Tim. If she ever gave her mom a ride or anything like that, that's got Hallbach fucking DNA, fingerprints over it all the fucking way. Okay? And, of course, it's been scrapped. You can't get it no more. Missed that. Zellner, missed that. Yeah, you'd never have gotten that. Because as soon as Making a Murder came out, 4 months later, that RAV4 went globetrotting around the whole fucking world, according to BenInfo.com. And so they kept it moving around so they'd never fucking find it, all right? This has got corruption written all over it, folks. Corruption written all over it. Fuck. Dean, yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up. And I got you by your gonads, dude. That's right. So now everybody knows that you're a corrupt buck, and when you're faced with the truth, you'll run and hide. Coward. Yeah. You need to be disbarred and fucking charged, dude. You're disloyal to your client. Jerome Buting's got Teresa St. Jean Crockett as friends on Facebook. Now, if Teresa Marie Halbach is in fact Teresa St. Jean Crockett, it's really hard to get 4 inches out of somebody, you know? Why they do? Lie? They make her shorter when she was going out for that whatever sports shit? No, they measured her and they wrote down the message. Right? Teresa St. Jean Crockett is 4 inches shorter than Teresa Marie Halbach. Period. That's it. There ain't no half. There ain't no 2 and 2. Anyway. But we've got to eliminate her as Teresa Marie Halbach, which requires a buccal swab. And so far, she hasn't volunteered to do it. Although, I do admit that Chad Spencer Keller said that of her height, and I told him to, I instructed Teresa St. Jean Crockett to go stand next to something of a known height. So she went and she, on that bridge, which has known height and all the way down. I mean, if you want to fucking get somebody's measurement by height, go stand there. Good pick, girl. And I told Chad to go figure it the fuck out. What her height is and shit like that. Chad didn't do it. Didn't do it. Oh, fucking well. Anyway, point being is that Teresa St. Jean Crockett went out there and stood on the bridge to get a height. Well, I have an idea. Why don't we crowdsource some funding for Stacy Seabrook to go to Trail BC on our dime? So, I would say for 20 grand, Gloria Allred, 20 grand, 10,000 for Stacy Seabrook, $20,000 for Stacy Seabrook, $20,000. But that's $10,000 for Stacy Seabrook, and that's $10,000 for Teresa St. Jean Crockett. And have Stacy get on, drive, take a train, fly, whatever, motor travel. But go to Trail, British Columbia, go sit in that bookstore coffee shop, Crockett bookstore and coffee shop, yeah, and meet Teresa St. Jean there and get a buccal swab, run it on her mouth, stick it back in the tube, and then hand her the 10 grand. That's it. You get $10,000 for a buccal swab. It comes back to Teresa St. Jean Crockett. It doesn't come back to Teresa Marie Halbach. You still get the 10 grand. Eliminate you. It's for elimination purposes. If it illuminates you, well, bug. Now, Teresa St. Jean Crockett, for $10,000, go down there, open her mouth, and have a buccal swab taken. Why will she not do that? Oh, and Stacy Seabrook has to have a representative from Gloria Allred's office, okay, that he turns it over to, and she takes it back to Gloria. You see, chain of custody here. Chain of custody. But Stacy Seabrook's a Canuck, so, I mean, hey, one Canadian to another Canadian. He's right up there. He's closer. Brandon Young has volunteered to do it. But he's over in Ottawa or someplace. He's on the east coast of Canada. That's okay. We can fly his ass in too, no problem, for 10 grand. Okay, Stacy Seabrook, your travel is paid for by Gloria Allred. But Kathleen T. Zunner could do it, but she won't. Hell no. So there you have it. Really the only person that's going to step up to the plate and free Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey would be Gloria Allred. Unless Gloria Allred turns this down, which means she's in cahoots with some type of crooked shit. Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she take this case? You know? Anyway, I got you all by the balls. Your asses are mine.